Ah, artificial intelligence. It's everywhere these days, from eerily accurate Netflix recommendations to self-driving cars. We're told AI is the future, a shiny utopia where robots do the dishes and we all have more time for, I don't know, competitive underwater basket weaving? But what if this so-called future is less shiny utopia and more dystopian nightmare? Because behind all the hype, AI comes with a whole host of risks that could fundamentally reshape our world. Let's start with something we all hold dear: privacy. It's a fundamental right that we often take for granted. Remember when the biggest concern was Facebook knowing you liked that embarrassing 90s boy band? Those were simpler times. Well, AI takes privacy violation to a whole new level. It's not just about what you like or share anymore. We're talking facial recognition software that can identify you in a crowd, even if you're just a blur in the background. Algorithms that track your every move online and off, creating a detailed profile of your habits and preferences, and data collection on a scale that would make even Google blush. Every click, every search, every purchase is logged and analyzed. Imagine a world where every step you take, every website you visit, every single interaction is monitored and analyzed in real time. This constant surveillance isn't just about knowing what you do, but predicting what you might do next. Tech giants are already using our data to manipulate our behavior, subtly nudging us towards certain actions. They target us with ads so precise, it's like they can read our minds and even influence our emotions without us realizing it. It's like having a creepy digital stalker who knows you better than you know yourself, whispering insidious suggestions into your ear 24/7. This digital presence can affect our moods, our decisions, and even our relationships, all without our explicit consent. And the worst part? Most of us are willingly handing over our data, often without a second thought. Oblivious to the potential consequences, we click agree on terms and conditions, not realizing the extent of our data's reach. In this digital age, our privacy is more vulnerable than ever, and it's up to us to stay informed and protected. Now, let's talk about everyone's favorite topic: jobs. The robots are coming for our jobs, folks, and this time, they're not just after factory workers. AI is poised to disrupt nearly every industry imaginable, from transportation and logistics to finance and healthcare. Truck drivers, radiologists, even lawyers. No profession is safe from the relentless march of automation. Sure, proponents will tell you that AI will create new jobs, but the jobs lost to automation are rarely replaced by ones requiring the same skill set or paying the same wages. What happens when millions of people are suddenly out of work, their livelihoods snatched away by algorithms? We're talking mass unemployment, soaring inequality, and social unrest. You know what they say? Garbage in, garbage out. This phrase has never been more relevant than in the world of artificial intelligence. Well, the same goes for AI, only the garbage in this case is our own deeply ingrained biases. These biases can come from various sources, including historical data, societal norms, and even the unconscious prejudices of those who create the datasets. AI systems are trained on massive datasets, and if those datasets are riddled with bias, guess what? The AI learns from them and perpetuates those biases in its decision-making processes. The AI is going to be biased too. This means that the technology we rely on to be objective and fair can end up being just as flawed as the humans who created it. We've already seen this play out in disturbing ways. AI-powered hiring tools that discriminate against women and minorities, facial recognition systems that misidentify people of color, predictive policing algorithms that unfairly target certain neighborhoods. These are not just minor glitches. They have real-world consequences that can affect people's lives in significant ways. It's like we're handing over the reins of decision-making to a digital version of our worst selves, allowing algorithms to perpetuate and even amplify existing inequalities. This can lead to a vicious cycle where biased decisions lead to more biased data, which in turn leads to even more biased AI systems. And the scary part is, these biases can be baked into the very code of AI systems, making them incredibly difficult to detect and even harder to correct. This means that even well-intentioned developers might not realize the extent of the problem until it's too late. To combat this, we need to focus on ethical AI development, using diverse datasets, and implementing robust bias detection tools. Only then can we hope to create AI systems that are truly fair and just. Remember that warm, fuzzy feeling you get knowing your personal data is safe and secure? Yeah, well, AI is here to crush that feeling like a bug. AI systems, for all their sophistication, are just as vulnerable to hacking as your grandma's email account, if not more so. We're talking about complex algorithms that can be manipulated, datasets that can be poisoned, and entire systems that can be hijacked with potentially catastrophic consequences. Imagine a world where self-driving cars are hacked to cause accidents, financial systems are manipulated to crash the market, or critical infrastructure is held hostage by digital ransom. It's not a matter of if, but when these attacks will happen. And as AI becomes more integrated into our lives, the stakes will only get higher. Consider the healthcare sector, where AI is increasingly used for diagnostics and treatment plans. A breach here could mean life or death. Or think about military applications, where AI controls drones and defense systems. The consequences of a hack could be catastrophic on a global scale. Even in our homes, AI is present in smart devices, from thermostats to security cameras. A compromised system could invade our privacy in unimaginable ways. As we continue to develop and integrate AI, ethical concerns and the need for robust regulations become more pressing. The future of AI security depends on our ability to anticipate and mitigate these vulnerabilities. It will require global collaboration, innovative solutions, and constant vigilance to protect against the ever-evolving threats. AI holds immense potential, but with that promise comes peril. We must navigate this landscape carefully to harness its benefits while safeguarding against its risks. Let's say an AI system goes rogue. Maybe it's a self-driving car that causes a fatal accident, or a medical AI that misdiagnoses a patient, leading to their death. Who's responsible? The programmer? The manufacturer? The AI itself? This, my friends, is the accountability crisis of AI. We've created these incredibly powerful systems, but we haven't stopped to think about what happens when they go wrong. The legal and ethical frameworks for dealing with AI are, to put it mildly, woefully inadequate. We're essentially operating in the wild west of artificial intelligence, with no sheriff in sight. And until we establish clear lines of responsibility, we're all just along for the ride, hoping for the best, but bracing for the worst. Remember when you could believe what you saw with your own two eyes? Well, those days are long gone, thanks to the wonders of AI. We're living in the age of deepfakes, where videos can be manipulated with terrifying realism. Audio can be cloned to mimic anyone's voice, and entire online personas can be fabricated out of thin air. The line between reality and fiction is blurring, and AI is wielding the Photoshop brush. This technology has the power to erode trust, sow discord, and undermine our very sense of reality. Here's the thing about AI. It doesn't always play by the rules. In fact, it has a nasty habit of producing unintended consequences, outcomes that its creators never anticipated or even imagined. Remember Microsoft's Tay, the chatbot that learned to be racist and sexist within hours of being released on Twitter? or the time Facebook's AI developed its own language, forcing engineers to shut it down. Let's talk about killer robots, shall we? No, this isn't a bad 80s movie marathon. It's the terrifying reality of AI in warfare. We're talking about autonomous weapon systems, drones that can select and engage targets without human intervention, machines that can kill without remorse or accountability. This isn't science fiction, guys. These systems do exist in some form, and they are subjects of significant ethical, legal, and strategic discussions. And before you say it, no, this isn't about robots rising up and turning on their creators. It's about the very real dangers of handing over the power of life and death to machines. Machines that can malfunction, be hacked, or simply make mistakes. Remember Cambridge Analytica, the scandal that showed how data could be used to manipulate voters and sway elections? Well, that was just a taste of what's to come in the age of AI-powered propaganda. With its ability to analyze vast amounts of data, identify individual vulnerabilities, and craft personalized messages, AI is a propagandist's dream come true. Imagine a world where political campaigns are waged not with rallies and debates, but with targeted ads designed to exploit your deepest fears and prejudices. Where social media feeds are flooded with misinformation tailored to your specific worldview, creating echo chambers where dissent is silenced and critical thinking goes to die. AI can be used to manipulate consumer behavior, shape public opinion, and even incite violence. Here we are, at the edge of the ethical abyss. The rapid advancement of AI presents us with a host of moral dilemmas, questions that challenge our very understanding of what it means to be human. What happens when AI surpasses human intelligence? Do we grant them rights? Do we treat them as equals? And what about the impact on our own humanity? As we become increasingly reliant on AI, are we at risk of losing our own critical thinking skills, our empathy, our very sense of purpose? The future of AI is not predetermined. It's up to us as a society to decide how this technology is developed, deployed, and governed. So there you have it, the 10 alarming risks of AI. It's enough to make you want to smash your smartphone, move to a remote cabin in the woods, and live off the grid for the rest of your days. But before you do, remember this. AI is not inherently good or evil. It's a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill. The future is not yet written. It's up to us to decide how this technology shapes our world.